Oh, kahani suno. Hey, what's up, my hulali rapdekra? Hey, London Kilali, and today I am going to be talking about a film that I saw recently, and that film was The Archies. Now, I know there has been a lot of negative press about this film, and I just wanted to counterbalance that with my own little vlog because I actually really loved the movie. Like, I really liked it a lot. And the negative press hasn't just been in India, I found it's also been in the UK. So BBC Asian Network posted this on one of their reels.
Unfortunately, I am slating The Archies on Netflix. It just didn't work for me, and I really wanted to enjoy it because I'm a fan of Zoya Akhtar, who directed Gully Boy and Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara and Dil Dharakne Do, and I was genuinely intrigued to see what these three new star kids and the four other newcomers would have to offer. I mean, this is the debut for Amitabh Bachchan's grandson, Agastya Nanda, and Suhana Khan, who is Shah Rukh Khan's daughter, and Sridevi's younger daughter, Khushi Kapoor. But for me, I understand the ambition of what Zoya was trying to do. She was trying to create this whimsical universe, a little bit Wes Anderson, a little bit Grease. It's a musical. I get all of that. But the performances lacked a certain level of conviction that meant I could fully buy into this universe. I think they all have different strengths. Like, I think Suhana shines more in the dance sequences. I think Khushi has promise when it comes to the more emotional scenes. I think Agastya and Vedank Raina, who are two other newcomers, they have the most overall appeal, but as a whole, it took me 2 days to complete the film, and for me, that's a sign that it just didn't work.
So I fundamentally disagree with what they're saying here. I fully bought into this Wes Anderson slash Grease universe, and I just loved it. I was fully immersed in that world, and I think cinema, I mean, it wasn't in the cinema, but I can imagine if you actually went to the cinema to watch this, that would have been amazing. But even at home, I felt like I was in that world, and that's what I love about films, is pure escapism. And I think there's just been way too much emphasis on the performances of, obviously, you know, the relatives of these very famous actors, and that's just completely unfair. I honestly didn't think the acting was bad at all, and in fact, when I was watching the film, that didn't even cross my mind at all. I was just fully immersed in this amazing world. And yeah, so I just want to give you a few more reasons why I liked the film. Another reason was I had never really learnt, or I guess I knew that Anglo-Indian existed. I think it's called Anglo-Indian. Is that the phrase that they used? Anglo-Indian? Yeah. This, you know, concept of making a film that's about Anglo-Indians. Like, I have never seen a Bollywood movie that's covered that kind of community. So for me, I found that like super interesting. I'm a British person, but I'm really into Indian culture. So for me to see a mixture of the two cultures together, I just absolutely loved that. I really liked seeing the mixture of characters wearing saris and then characters wearing like more Western 1960s clothes. I loved seeing, you know, elements of Indian culture, like the chai stand with the snacks and everything, and then also the diner with those delicious, yummy milkshakes, which genuinely looked so tasty. Like, the grading and the cinematography of the film just looked so beautiful that I just wanted to be in it. And all the signage, I just think they did such an amazing job with the set design, making it look theatrical, but then also making it feel like you're really there in the 1960s. Like, I just really loved that. I love the 1960s era. I just genuinely, if I was to go back in time, I would want to go back to the 60s. I think it just looks incredible. So what I also liked about it is it was very different to, you know, Bollywood movies that are so over the top and so glitzy and glamorous with like loads of explosions and stuff. And it was just nice to see something that looked a lot more humble, a lot more heartwarming. I thought the songs were like super heartwarming. The only song that I really didn't like, which I thought was quite cringe, was the politics song where they're all singing in the classroom. That was not for me. The only other negative is I thought the opening graphics were really nice. That explains the whole concept of Anglo-Indian and the history behind Riverdale, but I don't feel like the graphics reflected the style of the rest of the film. So my favourite song was Suno, the opening song. So maybe I should sing a little bit of it. Ao kahani Suno. That's all I remember. And I really liked the Woolly Bully dance. I thought that was amazing. Should I try and do some Woolly Bully dancing? Shall I try? Woolly Bully. The messaging is really nice. The fact that, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side sort of concept. Me and my Indian friends always have this conversation, like how I say, oh, I'd love to live in India. And, you know, they always just go, look, grass is always greener on the other side. And I know in my heart that I'm definitely much more of a home girl. Like, as much as I love Indian culture, I'm always going to be British. I'm always going to regard the UK as my home. And I don't think I'm ever gonna want to live in India long term. Like, I'd live there for like a year, but I'd never want to live there forever. Do you know what I mean? So I think the messaging in the film that, you know, home is where the heart is. My favourite character was Betty. I just thought Betty had like a lot of cuteness but a lot of class about her. Like, I just thought she was, you know, she's like the kind of girl that I feel like everyone wishes they could be. She reminded me of in Grease with Sandy, like what Sandy used to be, you know, what she was like when she was like super innocent and lovely. And then Veronica is much more like what Sandy becomes at the end of Grease, where she's more rebellious. Anyway, I just wondered, you know, what you guys think of the film. I've taken a huge risk by doing this video because it's very different to like any other video that I've done. It's been a long time since I made a video that was, you know, sort of like a film review, or I think I'd done a few reaction videos a few years ago of like new trailers for film, for stuff like Sacred Games and Breathe in the past. I'm sure this video might be a complete flop, but you know, I just felt like I had to express my opinion because I'd seen so much negativity. So anyway, let me know what you thought of the film. Let me know what you thought of my opinions in the comments below. And Tekna Kiliye Dhanyavad, thumbs up DJ or subscribe kijiye. Apna khyaal rakhna. Love you guys. Bye.